video. I've just arrived at Westley, Waterless, where we have lots of people over the years buried here, ancient, medieval ancestors, and Browns and Briggs, Browns and Brooks of Ilam have some connections here and associated names, of which I will sort out when I get home. I can't remember everything, and I'm not carrying around a list all the time. But anyway, this is Westley Waterless, which I've visited quite a few times over the years. So I first came here with Zara and Brandy when we were doing our family tree trips. Things change. Gradually new buildings get put up. Here's the little Westley water pond. The main village is all back down that way, and Borough Green and all that is over there, and Brinkley. I've just seen somebody go in the church, so I was hoping to be able to video, but I seen a man carrying a lump of wood, so it looked like there might be some work going on in there. But I'm going to hunt around the graveyard first. I've stopped at Waitrose on the way through Newmarket and bought flowers for when I go to Borough Green. I always take flowers, and I am going to take some flowers to Brinkley to place on the grave of my great aunt, which is Eleanor Mary Brooks. She's buried there with her husband, and sometimes it's all covered in stinging nettles and things like that, So I thought I'd place a flower on her grave today. Yeah, and this is a lovely pond, but it's full of algae. It's a bit colour placard. There's somebody moving. Right, so anyway, I'm going to go into the church now. The man with the wooden piece of wood is leaving. Right then, I'm back. I've moved the car because it might have been a bit of a squash for lorries getting in and out. So somebody moved, so I was able to. That's Westley Hall. That's had a facelift a few times. And here we have Westley Waterless, where we've got loads of ancestors buried over hundreds of years. But of course, there are lots of graves. Most of the graves aren't visible. These are all recent people that have been put here. I saw. I bet it's locked. So they keep some churches. They don't lock them. And this one, sometimes it's locked. Sometimes it's not locked. It just depends. Let me just make sure that's locked. Yes. Right, Sheila, so I've got to remember not to lose the key. Which I'm quite capable of doing all the time. Might have already lost it. Oh, never mind, just leave it in your back pocket for now. Am I talking to myself? Yeah, I've got a habit of losing things. I've got these jeans on that have very shallow pockets, and it's quite possible I've already lost the little holder that I have for the key, but fortunately the key isn't in it, so it could still be in the car. But I've got they're very shallow pockets, these, so unless I put it back in the bag, then I won't know where it is. Right, anyway, let me just turn off for a minute because we don't want to hear all the video with the phone, because I don't know if this will be saved. So I'm going to have to go back and do it with the Canon. But I just thought I'd do a little bit. I've arrived at Westley Waterless. I came here a couple of years back, 2 years ago I came and did a real good video and audio. The audio was fine. The photos were fine. But the video was scrambled. I had a dodgy memory card and it ate. I managed to save it, but it was all blurred and distorted. Anyway, so we've got ancestors from here, and it's all on my tree. The Elizabeth Hazel, who married Sampson Ware, she's buried here alongside her daughter and her family. Sampson's actually buried at Borough Green. That's a nice mug, isn't it? I need to get another mug, actually. I wonder if they flog them in here. Right, so what I'm going to do, folks, because I can't guarantee this will be saved on this phone, I'm just doing a bit, because the phone actually is pretty good at videoing. It's pretty good at videoing. And so basically I'll be doing a repeat in a minute. Under that carpet is brass rubbings, which I did record. It is on the tree. And I did a detailed video in here. It was so detailed, and yet it was scrambled, the video. But the pictures were very, very good. So I'm awfully sorry, folks. I've got to turn off this mobile now and go on to Canon. Okay? Just in case this isn't saved. There's some ancient tombstones there, look. And somewhere in my head, I know all about this, but I just can't seem to retain everything anymore. Right, this is the Canon camera now. I'm just going to do a video of inside the church, which has been kindly left open. Just in case anybody comes, I'm going to video first. What a fantastic door. Like I say, I videoed 2 years ago in 2024, but the video part was scrambled. The photos and audio were very good, and I did a detailed visit here, but the video part, though it's on there and it's just to capture something, it didn't come out very well, I'm afraid. I had a dodgy memory card. Anyway, this is Sheila here. We found more people linked to this church and this graveyard since last summer. I found a whole new family from Ireland called the Browns and the Brooks, and through other names which I can't remember because they're not all implanted in my head yet, we've got people here. But we've got a lot of people going back to, you know, the 16th century, 15th century, also buried here. There's a lot of deep medieval history here to do with the Allingtons. Like I said, I'm doing the video first. So here we go, it's a lovely font, some of photos put on there. And these are getting quite popular, these sort of statue things of a soldier. You can't always see it, with certain reflections you can see like a ghostly figure of a World War I soldier. And here we've got the old coffin covers of medieval people, and maybe earlier. I used to remember it all, but I can't remember it all at the moment. But it's all on my other video that I did. And the audio on that is good. So if you don't want to watch it, you can at least, you know, but I'm doing another one on purpose. I'm going to come back to this aisle in a minute. Just going to go up. It's a simple little church in many ways, but it's steeped in history. As you notice, there's no stained glass in here. I wonder why. Very tempting to pull the bell, isn't it? Look, I wonder if you're allowed. I won't do it, just in case you might wake the dead. I've heard that, haven't you? When the bell tolls. I'm glad it's open. I mean, I'm going to Borough Green and Brinkley, but I won't be doing such a detailed videos of those because they've been done so well before. This one is keeps surfacing of more and more importance in my family tree. Westley, Waterless. This is Sheila on the 7th of June 2026, and I've been coming here since 2005. 21 years. Over those years I've visited a few times. Look at that lovely, lovely little organ. Isn't it sweet and neat? They probably had this, I've noticed a lot of churches, to allow the floors to breathe, have been taking up their carpets. Because the carpet's been actually preventing the bricks from breathing. So I have noticed a lot of churches are starting to take their carpets up and put better heating in. I wonder if some of those could be, I expect they've been replaced over the years, the wooden beams. Somebody here once. And usually in the booklet, there's usually a booklet, and they show everything as well. It doesn't come out very well on Zoom with this. Very simple, like I said, very simple. Big crack there. That obviously leads into like, that's probably locked. There's probably a little tiny room, vestry type place. Keep a scene of there. And like I said, under this carpet, I did all this before, don't forget. Under this carpet. I roll it back. It's the brass rubbings of the medievals. The medievals. Sir John and Lady de Crick. This figure, Sir Robert was along with the Sir John de Crick of Westley, Waterless, 1325, is probably one of the most elegant and graceful military brasses ever designed. Yeah, I've taken pictures of that, and of course there'll be some people buried under these big lyre stones. And I did all this before, don't forget. I'll cover it up in a minute. I'm going to take some photos. There's a typical knight look with his sword, his shield, his skinny legs and funny feet, and the woman all covered up like headdress and long, totally covered. Right, I'm going to stop now. It might not feel as detailed as the one I did before, because I have done it before and I probably had more knowledge in my head at the time. Over and out then. This is Westley, Waterless, and the time is nearly 11:30. I've got 2 other churches to do. I've got Brinkley and Borough Green to do today, and tomorrow I'm doing Dulham, Gaisley and Moulton. That'd be it for the strip. Over and out, everyone.